Any resonant energies that you have down there are now being cleared. They're attached to that. So it's a good thing. Any resonant. The last chakra we're going to do before we go into meditation is breathing into your solar plexus. Each person in this room is an intuitive, is a healer, has mediumship abilities, and in that, almost everybody is solar plexus dominant, which means you're taking on other people's energy through your solar plexus all day long. So just kind of imagine this source energy coming in, filling up your solar plexus, dissolving anyone else's energy. Those of you who have adrenal issues, fatigue, many times it's just because you're attached to hundreds of people through your solar plexus. So if you're ever feeling run down, this is a good way to give yourself some energy. Just disconnect from everything that's not you.
Laura, this is you. Laura's my friend. She looks far away.
You can do this exercise for an hour each day. I mean, you can spend more time. You can never breathe enough into each chakra. Bringing awareness to each one, clearing out each one with source energy. Not for tonight, but what we're going to do is we're going to take a trip to the soul plane, to a level, and you can imagine going up. Taking to a level where you can see the sun. We're going to release connections to the past, people, places, and things that we felt guilty for, that we felt shame for, all of the things that we've done. Whether we want to remember them or not, we're going to release them today, no matter how bad we thought they were. Because what one must know, what all of you must know, is that even if you've done horrible things that you can't even imagine, on some level, it was planned. On some level, you were learning a lesson. Someone was learning a lesson. In some dimension somewhere, it was meant to be. So you need to give yourself a break. So imagine now that you're in an elevator. It's a beautiful, beautiful glass elevator. It's filled with source energy, light. Imagine you're in this elevator. And just kind of feel and make sure that in this elevator, you're in here alone. You're by yourself. If you're not, I want you to imagine those crawl spaces above an elevator, how the top will open. Just imagine that opens up. I want you to imagine that light comes to that hole and just kind of vacuums up or pulls out anyone or anything that's in the elevator with you. There we go. Many times when we meditate, we can't think because we have spirit in our energy. We're going to release them today.
Sorry, wound at 1 minute.
No matter how bad we thought they were. Because what one must know, what all of you must know, is that even if you've done horrible things that you can't even imagine, on some level, it was planned. On some level, you were learning a lesson. Someone was learning a lesson. In some dimension somewhere, it was meant to be. So you need to give yourself a break. So imagine now that you're in an elevator. It's a beautiful, beautiful glass elevator. It's filled with source energy. A lesson. Someone was learning a lesson. elevator. And just kind of feel and make sure that in this elevator, you're in here alone. You're by yourself. If you're not, I want you to imagine those crawl spaces above an elevator, how the top will open. Just imagine that opens up. I want you to imagine that light comes to that hole and just kind of vacuums up or pulls out anyone or anything that's in the elevator with you. There we go. Many times when we meditate, we can't think because we have spirit in our energy field, or a fairy, or something that's going to distract us. So by doing this, there you go, perfect, good job. You're clearing your space. There you go, good, perfect. If someone's being stubborn, just ask the source send down an energy or a being to come get that energy. And then something will come down and get them. Or they'll just disappear. There you go. Perfect. Good job. Okay, so now that you're in your elevator, you're going to look at the wall and there's an up button. You're going to press up. As you begin to go up, go through different floors, different layers of consciousness. You can feel yourself leaving the physical world, passing through the energy world. And you go all the way up. All the way up to the soul plane. This is where your I am presence exists. This is the individual piece of you created by God. Perfect piece of you. Piece of you that knows why you're here, what you're doing, where you're going. Knows everything because it created you. Your spirit, in essence, is a clone of this presence. So you get to the 7th floor. Doors open. And just brilliant, brilliant, brilliant bright light comes showering in through the doors as they open. It's almost as if you could hear angels singing, or the frequency so high, it's just almost blinding.
I'm going to bump everyone's frequency up right now by 10.
Through that light, you see a silhouette of a being. The being moves towards you. As they move towards
You don't
you,
want that right now in Zoom.
this brilliant, brilliant light.
For you.
It's almost like you're in a healing chamber. Every aspect of you is being healed on all levels, all of your cells, all your blood, your joints, your bones, your brain, your skin. You're being showered with this beautiful God energy. This being walks up. They may be very large. Maybe so large only you can see the size of their eye. Or they may be small, size they fit in your hand. Everybody will be different. For your creator self, your creator soul, your I am presence will appear to you many different ways throughout your lifetime. It will appear to you the best way that you can receive them. So as they get close, you begin to feel as if you're being pulled out of the elevator and into your I am presence. You can feel as the two of you merge and become one. It's a feeling of beauty, feeling of love, And it's a feeling of knowing that Earth is just a temporary stop on our road to eternity. And that the things that we think are just such a big deal, they really aren't. Because we have the power of God within us. So your I am presence and you are now merged together. And in your mind, you ask to be taken to your healing temple on the soul plane. This is a plane with no duality. There's no bad. Everything is good, if you want to call it that, and of God. So everything flashes, and you find yourself on a path. Maybe outside, maybe indoors. Everybody will be different. You're on a path. And that leads to a beautiful, beautiful healing temple. Walking up to this temple, you see fountains. There's a fountain of abundance that you can walk over into. You can take water from this fountain of abundance and you can stick your hands in it, pull some of the water into your energy. What will happen is this fountain of abundance, the water that you pull into your energy will go to wherever in your body you have cords, attachments, beliefs, fears, anger at money, finances, career. This fountain of abundance will bring you abundance by removing your blocks.
I'm only going to remove the blocks if I take them out. If you go into a fountain of abundance from the root, it's not going to work. So let me boost you guys up. Sorry, Madison, I'm asleep. Everybody's in the second chakra. Okay, everyone up into the third. Fourth. And then out of back door, in the back of your heart. And you'll get sucked out and into your real self. Your real self is then where you meditate from. There you go. Okay. I'm just removing the blocks from everyone. I even got Mimi, even though she's not doing it. Anybody who's on the chat, I got you, and anyone who's in Zoom.
Can you imagine that you take a cup and you're drinking some of
I know that whoever watches it in the future from Patreon. Prayers.
this water from this fountain? As you drink it, it's just going to go directly into your body, to wherever you have blocks. For many people that have issues with money, have them because they feel guilty making money. They feel guilty that they'll have more money than someone else. They feel guilty that they're charging for spiritual work. They feel guilty that they have a job they love and they're getting paid for it. were a shaman in your past life, and money was looked at as evil, or the root thereof. Very close by, there's a fountain of true love. And go to this fountain and take the energy, the water. You can jump into that fountain if you want. The key is watching as the water within that fountain finds the block within your body and dissolves it. Even if it's just a quick notion of, oh, I feel like there was a block in my right foot and now it's not there. You don't necessarily have to see it or feel it. It's just kind of bringing your awareness to it and knowing it's gone. There's 3 other fountains. These fountains you can turn into whatever you want. There's the fountain of youth, fountain of wellness, fountain of beauty, fountain of family, fountain of trust. There's all different fountains, all different virtues that you can take into your energy when you come to this particular part of the soul plane. There's even a fountain for those of you who don't know what you need. You're in the body of your I am presence right now, and that is a piece of you that knows. So you can go up to that fountain and drink that water. And just watch as it dissolves. Anything that your I am presence believes should be dissolved for you to continue living a beautiful, joyful, happy life. We'll allow you now a couple minutes to just enjoy these fountains before we enter into the Divine Temple. Again, you can make these into whatever you'd like. You can combine them if you'd like. We'll be back in 2 minutes. you can't, there's what we call an antidote fountain for every disease, every illness.
And then I came up with the anti
in
formula.
this universe. Every disease has an anti-frequency. Stabilizes and balances anything out. For anything that can be created, can be discreated. So there is a fountain where you can ask to be given the antidote to something, anything. Imagine that you have a cup and you drink down this antidote and you pour it over your head or you get into this fountain. And this will go exactly to the root of the issue, which may not even be anywhere near the illness. You can allow these healing energies to heal you, transmute any of the emotions that cause this disease to begin, because everything starts in the emotional field. Some way or another, all disease is caused by undealt with emotions, whether they're ours or someone else's. Now you're going to go into the healing temple. You can stay at the fountains if you'd like, or you're going to go in to the healing temple. And here, everyone you know is here. Your parents are here, your friends are here. This is the soul plane. So everyone that you know, their I am presences are here. So if you have a deceased loved one that you'd like to communicate with, you can ask them to come join you here. If you're going to a resort for a day's body, we'll get massages with a friend. Pets that you've lost can meet you here. And this is a safe dimension to meet them at. This is the God piece of them. If you're worried about them or you're worried that you've not crossed over, you can talk to this piece of them and ask that they have all the pieces of them gathered throughout all layers, crossed over and brought into God's light. You walk into the healing temple and there's a beautiful crystal healing table right in the middle of the room. This crystal healing temple is surrounded by the masters of the rays, or you may have other, you have Christ, you have ascended masters, but each person has 7 guides. They're almost like a council surrounding this crystal healing temple table. So you walk over to the crystal table, you lay down upon it, and you immediately can feel the rush of energy. You can feel it pulling from you. Any energy that isn't serving you. The magical thing about this table is you can set intentions. You can say, remove guilt, remove anger, remove fear. And as you lay upon this table, you can see these energies being sucked out of you. And if you look at the crystal, the table, you can actually see the dark energies moving down through the crystal and out through the floor, out of the temple, and into the earth, and transmuted into light. call mirrors in the soul plane. It's a magical mirror. It gives you the ability to see your energy, to see all layers of your being. You see yourself, and if you have energy in your field that needs to be removed, say you see some dark energy on your knee, you can just say, whatever that is, remove it. And you'll see it sucked out through the crystal table. Or you'll see one of the masters that surrounds this table. Send an energy in and release it, remove it. If you don't want to look in the mirror, that's okay. If you don't want to call upon certain energies, it's okay. The only one that we ask for you to release tonight, intentionally, and we will help with this, is guilt. Releasing all guilt, all levels, all layers of your being. Past, present, future lives, parallel lives. Guilt is being released from your DNA, from the center of each cell, in all layers of your body, your organs, your mind, your spirit. We ask that this guilt be transmuted and released by the Creator from your soul family, your soul pod, all the way up to your Creator soul. And I said all generations, 49 generations back genetically, 49 generations forward, past, present, future, and parallel lives, all release all guilt, the highest and best good. And any shock and trauma, any events attached to or being validated by guilt, we ask by the Creator to release all of that through this crystal healing table. And we ask that the Masters release this all now. We can't command any blocks or resistance or fear of releasing this guilt to be dissolved and transmuted and sent to God the Creator. I release all beliefs and need for guilt. Many believe they need it in order to survive, so we release that belief. Command that all these spaces, places, areas within the heart, mind, body, soul, spirit, all layers of the aura, all these mentioned aspects of ourselves, all these areas freed of guilt, be filled with the light of the Creator. And filled with whatever's for the highest and best good of each person. I'll leave you now for 5 minutes to receive healing from the Masters. Maybe they will introduce themselves. Maybe you'll be able to see them. If you're one of those that only sees,
I'm going to boost everybody right now so you can connect with whatever you need to connect with.
you can ask right now to be taken to a level of consciousness within yourself where you can see. You may actually feel the whole crystal temple, the table, and everything go boom and drop down, maybe a notch or an octave. This isn't going anywhere where there's anything bad. What you're doing is you're dropping to a lower plane of consciousness. still within this temple. So ask to be taken to a plane where you can see. You'll either go up or down. Still on the table, still with the same masters. We'll be back in 5 minutes after you've received your healing.
You guys should be able to feel this healing. I'm actually healing everybody individually.
say a person's name, or you can think of an instance in your life where you've done something pretty bad, whether it's to a person or an animal or someone you know or someone you don't know, or it's just a situation. In front of the TV on the roof, instead of a spotlight, you see there's a portal for source energy to come through. And behind you, all your masters are standing. You sit in this big, huge crystal, comfortable chair. You can say all my exes, or you can say that night at the bar, or you can say my second grade year, my best friend, anything. My mom, my dad, my brother, my sister. What comes up on the screen may not even necessarily be them. It may be an object that represents them, like a sphere or a cube or a flower or a dice, anything, anything. It doesn't even have to really look like them or have anything to do with them, but you'll see an object come up. This object represents any guilt, shame, blame, fear, resentment that person has for you or you have for them. It's both ways. Or you may just see them. As soon as they've appeared on the screen, you're just going to ask Source and the Masters to send light energy into this television and dissolve whatever you see. Some may see laser-like energy, some may see water, some may see light. It may be white, it may be purple, it may be red, it may be green. Everybody's going to be different. These masters that know every hair on your head will send energy at the television or the screen as well. They're also downloading into your consciousness the reason why this happened. You may not hear them. It doesn't matter. Because your subconscious will remember. And because of that, you won't be triggered emotionally anymore by whatever it is you feel you did or they did to you. Sometimes it takes 20 trips up here working on the same person over and over and over. By releasing the anger, by releasing the guilt, and by giving the reason why from a soul level, the purpose for this, purpose for the agony, purpose for the guilt. You are freed. And the beautiful thing is, so are they. For Jesus taught that forgiveness is the key to happiness. And we say unto you that forgiveness of self is just merely releasing and transmuting negative energies trapped within ourselves. We'll allow you now a minute or two to just call forth the most important things that need to be called forth. And watch as Creator, Source. You can even use Source Code 113 to dissolve these people, places, or things. It's important that you don't just say all the things I felt guilty for, because you can do that. It's important that you acknowledge and recognize them, which allows your conscious mind inside you to release these things as well. entire thing. There's at least 7 or 8 of you in here that have this. Doesn't have to do with religion, it can be family, anything. The code to dissolve mass consciousness like this, guilt. It's 1, 0, 0. 1, 1, 3. 1, 0, 0. 1, 1, 3. Completely dissolves instantly. You can use this on any group consciousness. 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 3. It'll allow you to write this down in the meditation is over so you do not forget. Attract anyone who has anything they want to dissolve right now that they've forgotten about, anything that you did not know about, anything you do not have time for. You can ask that this be pulled out now. And watch as 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 3 pours down over it. So you get up from the chair, you walk out. You thank the masters. You walk out of the healing temple, past the fountains, knowing that you can come back here at any time, even if it's just a minute. You need courage. You can just go up to the 7th floor, walk over there, find the fountain of courage. Take in this energy. Watch it dissolve any areas of the body that are causing these blocks. And then get an elevator and go back down. It's that quick, that easy. You walk over to the elevator. As your I am presence approaches the elevator, you can feel yourself starting to dislodge from this brilliant being. You jump out. You get in the elevator. You thank your Christ itself, your I am presence. As the doors close, they wave goodbye. See you next time. You begin to drop down now. Down to the earth plane. On to floor 6 and 5, 4, 3. Doors open. Just bring your awareness to your physical body. Wiggling your fingers and toes. When you are ready, only when you're ready, you can begin to open your eyes. I'll turn the lights on very dim. You can write in your journal. We've gone a little over in time, so if anyone needs to leave, you can. You can message me any questions you'd like. Just know that everyone was cleared and healed. Anything you pull up on the screen, I healed, making sure that everything was healed. Anything that you brought up on the table, I made sure it was complete. Balanced all chakras, removed all spirits, energy attachments, cords. And I dumped everybody into the fountain of abundance a couple times.
Tell me, wasn't the abundance when it was the fountain
Some
of
of
youth?
you a few hundred times. Lots of lots. That was a fun one. So we bless each and every one.
We bid you adieu, is what I have to say. Do you guys want me to leave the thing up on the? That, it's actually a good meditation to go into, I don't want to call it the lower self because that just makes it sound like it's not I have it in my head. I just realized I got decorated by the kids. So I was thinking, hanging out with Demi lately, because you usually hang out with people your own age, like that are closer, unless you're family, right? If you're family, you hang out with like all different ages. So it's not very often that you hang out with somebody that's like 20 years younger than you and actually like have a good time and it's fun, you know. But when like you deal with like spiritual stuff like us, like we're all different ages. Can you guys hear me? Or am I muted? I'm caught without the bunny ears on. I'm busted. These are $700 of heaven, literally, like literally. And I financed them on my Apple Card, 0 interest for a year. So I'm just paying them off. But I'm just like, they have the best noise canceling in anything I've ever like. Because I'm not clairaudient. I think I start to open up to clairaudience, and in that my ears get so sensitive. Like I can hear everything. I can hear people talking in fans, which is a very schizophrenic thing to have happen to you. Like the air conditioner is right outside my window, and I always hear people like talking underneath it, like voices. And I'm like, oh. So if I put this on and I can't hear the noise, then I can't hear the weird frequencies around it. Some people get ringing in their ears, I get talking. It's very, very distracting. Laura, Demi, and then I guess Aaron didn't make it. And been with me because we just happened to be text messaging at the time when I started this. I was actually looking for a radio show to do that I could play because today's Tuesday. And then I got caught up with my bossy daughter telling me that I needed to take a nap with her, just only to find out she didn't want to take a nap. Didn't want to take a nap. But anyways, so she fell asleep. I stuck these headphones on and went down and sat next to my son who was watching the most annoying trains you've ever heard in your life. But that's when you know you're good at meditating, when you can meditate with trains going on in the background. Let me look over on YouTube real quick. Gosh, I don't even know if I posted that on Patreon. Hope I did. So the journaling right now should be fascinating. My glasses. Something of historical ego corruption. Oh, I fell asleep too for a second. Matthew woke me up. So when I was actually meditating, I totally fell asleep. But then I was like, I better get up. I sat up and figured if there's going to be people here listening to the meditation, I didn't know how to program healing into the meditations. At that point, could you feel the difference I mean, not just the audio quality and stuff like that, but could you feel the difference if those were not programmed? Not sure if you guys could tell or not. Oh, wow, that's really cool, Glenn. I think this is on lag time, so I can expect to wait like a minute before you guys can answer. Yeah, just wondering if it did seem different, right? Yes, it seemed different. That's just like yes. And or if it felt stronger or less strong, because I actually do what I'm gonna be doing on Mondays. So Mondays are gonna be days where I channel new material. There may be charts, maybe not. And then I go and I walk everybody through like I kind of coach everybody through like clearing themselves with the new techniques that the guides have taught all of us, that I don't know that, that you don't know, that we're just learning that's new. So that's Monday. I think that if I don't have a day like Monday, Wednesday turns into Monday and Wednesday, and new people get really confused. So Wednesday, just going to be an hour. I'm going to log in and say, hey, everyone. And there's going to be a waiting room that we have set up with like the radio station going inside of it, because I got the radio station going again. And everyone can chat and socialize for like an hour or even 2 hours before class. Because I notice everyone chats either on YouTube or on Crowdcast. I notice people get in like around like 45 minutes early and start chatting with each other. So I don't want to take that from you guys. But I do know that a lot of people that are new feel like they're like not a part of, because they're not chatting with everyone. They feel like everyone knows everyone and they revert back into their inner child who felt left out in high school or junior high or whatever, you know. I still remember Ruthie saying that she didn't want to come to class because I had said one time, oh yeah, come hang out with the cool kids. And it totally triggered her. And I was just like joking, you know, but the ability to go into, let me go back to this. So, well, first of all, Monday was going to be the advanced training class. I'm going to do that one for, I think it's just going to be $30 like Wednesday. And then Wednesday is going to be the same. And then Tuesday, I'm going to do psychic training. I figure you guys are all psychic. You might as well get trained to do readings and know how to actually know what you're seeing. I always chop my head off on this camera. It's so funny. It's like, what's my thing? What's my deal? Yeah, it's one of those things where just soak up the healing. And that's how many meditations used to be. People would be like, I fell asleep, and then we didn't tape them ever. So one person like Christina would tape it or something like that. And then she would make notes on it. And then when I started taping it, I started putting them in Google Drive. And that's when I made the $1 tier for Patreons, so that I could put all the 200 meditations that were in the Google Drive that I wasn't allowed to sell because they had Wayne Dyer's song in the background. Yeah, I still have bunny ears on. Oh, but did anybody notice that the energy was different in the old ones or not? Well, if everyone was falling asleep, then it's also a sleepy time of the day. Oh. That Zoom thing down there really bothers me. Oh, there was one more thing. So anyways, so Mondays we're gonna have advanced training day and everything's gonna be from like 1 to 3. And I'll make it so that you guys can go back and replay it and watch it. If you buy a ticket to come to it, and you'll get all the healing and attunements. So Monday will be like Monday. It should be attunement Tuesday. That rhymes. But Mondays will be attunements. Maybe even Sundays. I don't know what's better for you guys. For the advanced rule, and Tuesday, teach you guys to be psychics 3 days out of the month. 3 Tuesdays out of the month. The other Tuesday, we're gonna have a psychic fair. Where people from like the outside can come in. They'll pay like $5 a reading or something, and you'll get paired up with them. You're not getting paid, you're getting experience. All the money will go to the student fund. But that's how I started doing readings. Is I got thrown into a psychic fair. I had to do psychic readings, and I didn't know how to do psychic readings. So I just gave people astrology readings. Oh, I can't stop yawning. What's with that Rose Clan thing? Did you guys read what I wrote there, by the way? Let me see. It was like, so hanging out with Demi, I'm like, she can't necessarily tune into my field and see exactly what I'm seeing. So she sees it from like a 23 to 27-year-old's perspective, 21 to 27. Sorry, 19 to 27. Sorry, 19 to 26. Okay, yeah, 19 to 26-year-old perspective. Our inner child is going to see from the perspective of the age that it is at that time. But it doesn't mean that we can't just pop back into like our I am self and see from the totality of who we are. But if we haven't reached a certain age as human beings, it's like telling a 3-year-old to have their period. Like, you can tell them about it and they can be like, I'm the me that's, you know, on my period. They're never going to experience it until the physicality of the soul is embedded into the body, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, Demi? Not sure if that makes sense. But she kept going like, oh no, I'm in the underworld. This is horrible. This is horrible. I'm like, no, it's not horrible. It's like saying, oh no, I'm in 1st grade. This is horrible. I want to be in 5th grade. It's like we have to enjoy where we are when we're there, because before we know it, we're going to look back. So anyone who hit like 33 to 43, there's 54, 60, 61, 61 or 62. Those are like years. Is it every 8 years or something like that? 8, 9, 10 years, 8 years. Is it every 6, 7, or 8 years? We shift and we basically, another hormone gets released in our body. And that hormone is basically, what? Don't wake Madison up. The hormones later in life are like allergic to like our old fleshy selves. They're like, it's like taking like an eagle that flies free and sticking it in a little tiny canary's cage. It's not going to be happy. So as our light body integrates more and more into us and who we are, it doesn't want to go get shoved down into the lower planes, whereas the canary feels very comfortable in the cage. Yeah.
Mommy, can I have M&M?
No,
Because they're so nice.
because you're so nice.
Yeah.
What did you do that was nice?
Play with Daddy.
You did play with Daddy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you an M&M. Are you gonna get all crazy?
No.
Are you gonna get all crazy?
No.
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 Okay.
Mm.
I'll give it to you as soon as I'm done. Okay. I'm gonna give it to you now before Daddy gets home.
No.
Are you gonna be nice to Daddy the rest of the day?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Try.
I don't know where they are. You hid them. Where did Mommy hide them? See how psychic he is. See how truly psychic you are, Mister. What? Seriously? If they're there, I'm gonna freak. Oh my gosh, you're serious. Okay. You didn't even see me put those in there. How'd you know those are there?
Because I know everything.
Do you know everything? Or do you know if the soul is more powerful than the body?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or is the body more powerful?
It's body more power.
The body's more powerful than the soul?
Mm.
What about, is the body or is the spirit or the body more powerful?
A body.
And is the spirit or the soul more powerful?
A soul.
The soul? Ah, good job, Beth. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm going to go ahead and believe you. What about God? Where's God? Is God more powerful?
Yeah.
Yeah? More powerful than our soul?
Uh-huh.
What about more powerful than our body?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Yeah? What's that look like?
Playing a beat.
You what?
Go playing a beat.
He's playing, God's playing at the beach?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's awesome. Is God like Maui?
No.
Oh, he's not like Maui, the demigod. What's he playing at the beach?
Toys and water.
Toys and water? Oh, is God in the water?
Uh-huh.
Makes sense. Because Christ said he's Christ.
Look at you.
Oh, is Christ God or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you fry egg in there?
Yeah, it's a pretzel.
I want to see.
It's a pretzel egg.
I want to take it.
Yeah. I'm all like the wonders of God. And he's like, it's a pretzel. We get to see God again when we leave here?
Uh-huh.
We do? Or do we ever get to see God?
Not really,
No.
but some.
Some do?
Uh-huh.
Is it even a good thing to see God or better not to see him? You better go wash your handsies.
Did I finish that?
Yeah. Hard to bite. I think they're stale. Anyway, I don't remember what I was saying, but I'm not gonna be able to. Oh wait, what else was I gonna ask? One more thing. Heaven real?
Uh-huh.
It is?
Uh,
Is it the one like church says, or is it different? That's cool. Is it like the one that church Sunday school tells you about, or is it different?
mm,
You, mommy's so fast. I got you. Is it like the Sunday school heaven or is it a different one? You don't know. You don't know, do you? I thought you knew everything. Go wash your hands. Go wash your hands, mister. Do you want me to help you?
Wash my coochie.
Yeah, but don't get it on your awesome shirt. Remember, we're gonna go to Uptown Jungle later. Wash your
Well, I'm trying to.
Since asleep right now. We're not gonna go right now. We have to wait for daddy. Okay, guys. I will see you later. I'm gonna take care of the kids, and I'm going to play something, a radio show on Podbean. It's actually really good. It's about the different. Only if you tell me if heaven's real or not.
Heaven is real.
But what's it look like?
Like our house.
It looks like our house.
Uh-huh.
Is that where Uncle Brian is?
Yeah.
He is, or is he in a different place?
I'm in a different place.
Where is he then?
At our different house. I live.
He's at our different house?
Uh-huh.
What's he doing over there?
At our old house.
At the condo or the other house?
In our house.
Why is he over there?
Because it's our old M&M, not our new M&M. At these.
Hey, you're obsessed with M&M. Never mind. Everything's in M&M terms now.
What is M&M?
Mhm. One more question.
Okay.
More. Is Aunt Goga and Uncle Brian in the same place?
Oh, yeah.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good news. What about Uncle Brian and Aunt Goga and a guy named Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Um,
Okay.